Okay, so what we did with this one, firstly we had to fix some setup problems. He's quite open with his stance and shut with the top half of his body, so we changed that a little bit, got the posture and that a little bit better too. He doesn't look so hunched, and his arms look a little, his hands look a little bit further away from his body. He's got a bit more room. So with his old one, he used to suck his arms in, which would pull his shoulders down and under too much and shut the club face. So with the new one, his shoulders look a lot different. His arms are moving in a different direction, and obviously the club face will now work a little bit more open. So with the old one, because the arms are going around too much, the shoulders are dropping down. The takeaway will, or the path the club moves on, will be a lot different. So the one on the left comes back in a bit too far behind, and the club face gets quite shut. This one can work up a little bit more in front of his body, a slightly steeper angle, and this will get the club face a little bit more open. You can see a big difference in the way his shoulders and club face look there. So the old one's always going to cross the line. The arms get too far behind, crosses the line, and the club face shuts. New one, the arms stay a little bit more in front of him. The shaft doesn't cross the line, and the club face is a little bit more open. It's still a little bit shut, but we keep working on that to try to make that a little bit better. It's probably his grip that's still causing a bit of that club face. So on the way down, it all gets squeezed up. The club face is shut, comes in really close to his body, too narrow. The new one comes in a lot more out in front of him. Club face is not as shut. You can see how his arms are a lot further away from his body. So he's going to get the club around in front of him a little bit better. You see the one on the left, you can see how he looks like he's behind and underneath it there, with his right arm sort of a little bit more bent, which means his body's a bit further back. So this is a little bit stuck in there. You can see the difference in the follow through too, the way the body looks there. So from the front, probably the wrist angles have changed. I still think his grip needs a bit of work. He looks a little taller because his posture's a little better. Alright, so with his arms moving the wrong way, pulling his shoulders down and under, you see that left shoulder drops down a lot. So the new one, it's not as wide, the shoulders look a little bit more level, which keeps his shape better and makes him turn a little bit different direction. So this one goes back, the whole left side of his body drops down too much, he turns too much, he gets too far forward. You can see the difference in the legs, the left leg it caves in a lot more. So the new one, his shaft looks higher, it's not as much hinge in his wrists. It looks like he's got a lot better shape with his body. And definitely a lot less hinge in the wrist, so he's going to have a bit more space on the way down to get that club back in front without getting so jammed up and squeezed on the way down. So the club should be able to come down a little bit wider now, because the problem with the old swing, it was coming in way too close to his body there. You can see how steep it comes into the ball, which gives him really low ball flight and hard to hit the long irons and the fairway wood. So the club comes down a little bit wider, it's still a little bit too narrow, but once again it's a work in progress, it's getting better. You can see that he's not so far in front with the new swing as what he was with the old one. The follow through will look a lot different here too. You'll see that the head will look a lot higher as it comes up, because the right side's coming more around and not staying underneath so much.